Do you need a green screen but don't have the space or can't afford one? Then you need Personify Chromacam. This program will allow you to use your laptop webcam or any other webcam that you may have with a green screen effect. It's available for free to use forever with watermark, or you can buy the Chromacam Pro for a one-time fee of $30. Check it out in the description below. Hey guys, welcome to Random Fandom. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a video editor that is available for free, and it just came out, but it has a lot of potential to kill the other free video editors, but not just those, but also the big boys out there like Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe After Effects, Sony Vegas, and many of the other big video editors. Even potentially Final Cut Pro. So let's get on with the video. This program is available on multiple platforms. It's available on Windows, Linux, and Mac. Now this program is called AllttA Video Editor. I'll show you where you can get that. We'll open up Microsoft Edge and we'll go to AllttVideoEditor.org. While that's loading, let's start my background music. Alright. So here's AllttA Video Editor's website. As you can see, it's a pretty simple website. It says fast, powerful, and free. Now what is AllttA? AllttA is a free, non-linear video editor aiming to provide a fully featured alternative to high-end professional video editing software. How good is it? AllttA is making rapid progress and users are already producing videos with it, but it's currently in alpha, meaning it is incomplete and not fully stable. Regardless, we invite you to download the latest build. You can click on it and download it, and you can try it out for yourself. And it has a lot of features, blah blah blah, but the main attraction to this program is that it has built-in hardware encoding support, and the hardware encoding support that is built in is actually good, unlike Kdenlive or OpenShot or Shotcut. You go here to download AllttA. You can see it's available on many different platforms. As an additional piece of info for it, the download size for it currently at the time of making this video is less than 50 megs. So it's also a small download. So now let's open it up and let's demonstrate how good it actually is at its current state of being alpha software. And as you see here, it's in all caps that it is alpha software. Let's open up a recent project that I've already sort of put together. This here is a template for a what it feels like video. So it's already have some edits done to it, so it's cut up and ready for me to just drop in footage to add. You can see the little portions of it, and it plays back pretty smooth. We scrub through here, so like let's go over here to this portion right here. Watch how smooth that is. This is on a entry-level gaming laptop, so it's not the most powerful laptop, but it's not a super weak laptop either. Now on a super weak laptop, video editing is already a hard task, so I wouldn't expect too much out of it. Now these clips here are 1080p clips, but if we go here to the effects, we click on one of these clips and we have a fairly decent selection of effects. So like we can have a vignette effect, so let's scroll on here to this part right here. We can add a vignette effect to this clip just like this, And over here to the right is where you can key it in. So like if you want it to be at a specific part of a video, you can keyframe that effect. So it's good for animations and stuff. I mean, simple animations and simple keying of effects, it works just great in this program. You can even do some more advanced stuff with it, but I'm just starting out with this program, so I don't know every one of its ins and outs. But as you can see, we go to this video. Oh, we applied the effect to the wrong video. Alright, so we can just right click delete, select this clip, and now let's apply the vignette effect. Let's make sure we're getting this clip. So click on this button here, stylize vignette. Alright, we can edit this. As you can see, this part is smooth, changing the size and softness of it. So let's make it like super soft. Just like that. Oh yeah. Super soft. We scrub through it, it still plays back without any lag. We click the play button, it plays back without any lag. We go over here to export. So this is one of the weaknesses. We don't have as many export options for the video. So like, want to change the compression type? Well, no option there. So like, you're stuck with constant rate factor. So it relies on the CRF value. If you wanted to say like set a certain bit rate, well, you can't do that. So that's one of the issues that I don't like about it, but this is alpha software and I can forgive it for that for a while. It is cranking out actually fairly good quality small file sizes. But as you can see, when we opened up the program, it was quick to get into, quick to do adding effects, quick to playback, quick to scrub. Now let's compare it to another popular free program that is available. Now this program does have a paid version which has hardware encoding support, so if you pay for it, then you can get that, but without it, you get this free version. Now this free version is not going to be as smooth as AllttA video editor. I'll just tell you that much right off the bat. As you can see, when we're already starting to load it, it already loads slower than the other program. Now this is about as close to Adobe Premiere Pro as you will get on a budget of $0. With the exception of another program called HitFilm Express. That's about as close as you get. As you can see, even like, I don't know how long it's been now, maybe like a minute already, we're still loading. Hopefully the recording don't drop out here. And we are still waiting for it to load, and we're still waiting. Waiting. Okay, now it's starting to load. Now we have the project page. Now let's click on, say, this test project that I've made here. And then we have more waiting times on waiting for it to load. Okay, now it's loading. Still loading. And now we're able to get to the timeline. So as you can see here, we're just going to start scrubbing through it. You can see that it's already not as smooth. You can see the playback bar is jumping. It is playing back fairly smooth right now, so for what it normally does, so that's interesting, but it's still not as smooth as the previous program. But as you can see, already getting to this program, it's already slower. Let's zoom out on our project. Let's scroll through to another clip. Now let's zoom in a little bit. as you can see, doesn't play back as smooth as the other editor. I mean, it's semi-smooth. If you want smooth playback, then this program is not the one for you unless you want to pay $300. There you go. This one has more preset effects that you can have, so here's like video transitions and stuff. And you also have Fusion, which is for adding animations and stuff. So just like the other program, you can do some animations in here. Now this one is a lot more complicated than keyframe. If we go up here to the menu, you can see that there's a lot of options here. So like, in addition to the slower editing and the slower opening of the program, you also have a whole bunch of menus for you to go through. If you're like a new user, it'll be slower for you to edit in this program, not just because of the slower performance, but also because of the slower workflow that you may have to get used to at the start. But scrolling through there is not smooth. Now we can go on to HitFilm Express. This is another sort of video editor that is aimed at prosumers and pros with higher end effects and stuff that you can do, like the animations and keyframing and different effects. As you can see, it's also slower to open. Very slow to open. But let's turn off the Wi-Fi. Now it should load faster. Let's see if we have any projects that we might be able to use. So there's HitFilm projects. Game of the year. Let's try out this one. If I haven't moved the clips around, this should open up just fine and ready for me to edit. Alright, yeah, it can't find this file, so I've already deleted them. So let's just go ahead and open a different project. Let's try out the other project. Okay, it can't find those clips. Okay, new project. Start editing. So this would be a regular ordinary 1080p project. We can click on import and we can select all of our basic clips here. These are like the intros and outro stuff that I typically have in a video. We drag it onto the timeline, just yeah, whatever. We're just going to drag all of these on here and see how smooth it plays back. We'll just drag this clip in here multiple times. Now this won't be the most realistic test, as would often be used in other videos in here other than that. But alright. That's the same clip, so it could actually catch it. Let's pull in another clip. Okay, yeah, that's a decent size. That's like a 400 meg clip. There we go. As you can see, we cannot drag it in yet. It has to do its thing to import it. Let's go ahead and, while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and open up Olive again. And let's try importing a clip there and see how fast it takes. Now bear in mind that I am recording this in the background and all. So yeah. We'll have additional load times with opening this program, but as you can see, we're already opened this program already. Let's say we open up our recent project here. Now let's import a file. So we click on import and go to work cache. And let's find a 400 meg clip. So there we go, that right there, that's a 400 meg clip. That's the same clip that we have from before. let's drag that into our timeline. Let's go ahead and do it on top there, just like that. We scrub through here and we can see that this is still smooth. Like, oh my gosh, this is pretty smooth compared to the other programs. We hit the playback, it's playing back smooth. And that is with a program running in the background, so any additional stutter that you see here is because we have that additional program running in the background. I mean, which is a whole other video editor. We'll go ahead and we'll close that. Let's see, it's already got that clip in there. Okay, let's drag that into our timeline. And we go through here, and as you can see, our scroll bar here, where we're scrubbing through, it lags behind. The playback, it's semi-smooth. It's not as smooth as the other program, but it's semi-smooth. It's kind of choppy. Let alone when you start to add on effects, it will get worse. Actually, let's go ahead and let's try an add-on effect. Let's see what's under the blur. There we go, a regular blur effect. There we go, we added on blur. Now, this is not a whole lot of blur, so we'll increase the blur amount. Okay, actually, let's set the heavy preset. So, heavy blur. Hit the playback. Okay, right now it's going fairly smooth. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's try maybe a more demanding effect than just a simple blur like that, like we did with the other. So back to FX. Let's see. Do we have the vignette effect? Yeah, we have vignette right here. It's a color grading effect. Okay. So right now I don't really see a vignette effect applied. HD heavy. I don't see our effect applied. I mean, what's the dark ring around this? As you can see, it seems to not be applying the effect. We have the other program closed, so it shouldn't have that issue, but while it is playing back semi-smooth, we don't have our effect seem to be applied on the fly, which is kind of interesting. Okay, how about regular heavy? Interesting. Yeah, it's right there. We got that checkbox. It seems that we have it enabled. Alright, so our effect doesn't seem to be applying at all. So there you go, that is that program. Now let's try a program that doesn't have any paid add-ons like the other two where you can pay for stuff. Let's try this completely free program. This one is very popular. It's called Shotcut. What you'll start to notice is with these programs that I tried out compared to that alpha software, these are actually doing pretty crappy compared to AllttA video editor, which is kind of surprising. So right here, this is a short project, so a really short video. This is actually one that is been uploaded on my channel. It may not have been edited with this program, or it may have. I don't remember which program I use. I jump between them, but as you can see, the scrolling through here it's not as smooth as the other two programs. Shoot, right now it's doing really bad. Very, very bad. Now this is with the hardware encoding that this program supposedly has added within the past updates, and it's all set to the fastest preset. So there we go. User interface display method set to DirectX, which is set for basically what Windows uses. About shortcut. Alright, but if we go to export, we can see that we have hardware encoding right there. There's the hardware encoding. It's set to NVENC. So this is with my dedicated GPU and all. Not smooth. Shortcut has a lot of work to do. Now they do have a nicer user interface, I would have to say, than the other one, but it's still okay. Like, I wish these clips would be shorter in height than what they are right now, but that's okay. That's one of the things that you'll find with pro video editing software. The clips are smaller than the free ones. Now this one here is the worst free video editor that I have ever ran before. This one is called OpenShot, I think. Yeah, it's called OpenShot. We've already clicked on it to launch it, and so far it's opening very slowly. We got our loading spinner already. Very slow to open compared to AllttA video editor. Okay, let's open up a project. Now this one will scrub even worse than the other two. The other three, actually. This one is horrible. Like, very horrible. Okay, let's see. I probably won't be able to use any of these projects. Yeah, the file cannot be found. Whatever. The files have been moved. So let's go ahead and let's just import 2 clips in here. So we will do like some regular ordinary files. Gee whiz. We'll go ahead and reopen it. Wait a little bit for it to open up. Alright, now we can start opening some media files. So, okay, it's set for 1080p 30 FPS, just like all the other ones I have. Now let's click on the work cache, and we'll take multiple clips. So there we go. We have our intro, we have our outro, we have our overlay, subscribe and like animations to add, and yeah, let's take that one. That's already produced video. It's a shorter video actually, and let's start dragging these onto the timeline. Zoom out on the timeline. That would be better. There we go. Now let's start just doing some very basic stuff like scrubbing through here. Oh boy, look how smooth this is. Now this is about as best as it gets. Because with this, all of the clips that I imported here are on an SSD. When I opened up Olive, the project that I have open there, that is not on an SSD. That clip is actually stored on the slower mechanical hard drive. But as you can see, that is very slow to scrub through there. It didn't play back smooth at all. I mean, it was worse than all the other ones. So as you can see, Olive, with what it can do for the price that it cost, is actually looking very good. Now another thing to consider with these other two programs here, Resolve and HitFilm Express, while they do have more features than this program at the current time, they also have a huge download size. So if we go ahead and we go to where these programs are actually stored, so in my program files, Blackmagic Design, so this is where Resolve is stored. If we look at it, it takes 1.17 gigs. Now let's look at HitFilm Express. So there we go, FX Home, that is where HitFilm Express is stored. 644 megs. Now let's compare that to Olive. Olive is 97.8 megs when you install it. Now let's take a look at the installers. So like, you want to go download this program. Olive is 29.3 megs, so actually no, 28.6 megs right down there. The sort by size. Since I already know that those installers for those other programs are already big, so here's DaVinci Resolve. Take a look at that size, 921 megs for the installer. That is pretty big. So as you can see with this program, you're getting quite a bit in that small size, and it's completely free and it's smooth. It's a wonderful alpha software, I would have to say. Now if we look at the export, you do have some issues there with limited export options. So like if we go to export, as you can see that we have very few options here. But if we go to the, when I exported it, here is one of the bugs that this program has. Now in the future they'll probably get this worked out, but as you can see, my intro is not smooth. But once we get into this video, it's actually fairly smooth and doesn't have a whole ton of stutter. You can actually read the stuff. Now the interesting thing is the file size that comes out of here. This short 10-minute video is not even 100 megs, and it's full HD. So it's actually cranking out some decent quality, and you can read the font here. I mean, it's pretty impressive for what it has so far. Let's open up this one. This one was edited in another video. The quality looks like very much similar, and the file size is like it's like 50% bigger. No, actually no, it's twice the size. Just looking at the wrong file, that one there. But yeah, same video, comes out a little bit smaller in Olive as well. It just has that stuttering issue. So overall, it's a faster program. It exports fairly quick. I mean, it may not compare to like the Final Cut export times, where Final Cut actually does background rendering to get the export times down to a very low setting, but Final Cut is like over $300. I mean, you have to buy the program in addition to buying proprietary Apple hardware. With this program, you can use Windows or Linux or whatever, with whatever hardware you want to use. So like you have a regular ordinary Windows laptop, you can install that video editor on there. If this video editor continues on its path of where it is right now, of being fairly easy to use, providing some professional features, adding some more features, and having good smooth editing, it could be very well on the path to do quite a bit of damage to Adobe's expensive yearly subscription. I mean, currently as it is, if you want to have a full year of Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects, so you can do some animation stuff in your video, then it will cost you at the cheapest around $600 for a year subscription. If you go monthly, it costs more. And you cannot buy the program anymore. It's now subscription based. With Olive, it is not subscription based. It's completely free and open source. In fact, since it's free and open source, you don't have to worry about telemetry being collected on you like what Adobe might do. With Adobe, you have background programs that also have to run. So like, if we go here to my services, and we can see that even with Adobe not being installed, we have some Adobe services here that were left over from uninstalling. What about Olive? Is there anything for Olive? No, we don't have any Olive processes installed. I would wonder why. Well, let's see. Olive is free and open source. They are not concerned about money. They are just concerned about making a video editor that works pretty well. Now, that is alpha software, and since it's alpha software, you would have to think that it would be more buggy and it would crash right away. But when we did some stuff inside of it, it didn't do any of that. It actually performed pretty well. I mean, that is looking to be a pretty good thing for Windows. It just has to have some work done. So if you want to get Olive, all you have to do is just go to olivevideoeditor.org and you can download it there. They also have a link to a Reddit page as well where you can post things about Olive, and you can also submit bug reports. I mean, if you can, I would actually recommend donating to this project. I mean, it would be a wonderful thing to see it become even bigger and more powerful, and then maybe even eventually just provide Adobe with even stiffer competition to actually do something good. But currently, as is, you can go look for some people who do editing and you'll find that they complain about Adobe crashing or whatever. I mean, it's a very common thing on the Windows platform and the Linux platform to see video editors crash. It's less common on Mac, but then again, Mac is very expensive. You have to buy the MacBook, and then you have to buy the expensive Final Cut Pro license. Now, at least the Final Cut Pro license is a one-time fee, unlike Adobe's subscription, and it will work on fairly lower end systems. With this, I haven't tested it on a lower end system, but I have an idea that if it's performing pretty well on this entry-level gaming system, it might perform well on some other systems as well. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button, be sure to subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and also if you're the coolest person in the world and you want to win $1 million instantly, then click the notification bell. Then you'll be the coolest person. So alright, peace.